Do you ever feel like you're constantly being watched? Like every move you make, every step you take, someone is tracking you? You're not alone. In a world where technology is intertwined with our lives, we've become more visible than ever. Every click, every swipe, every post, they're all breadcrumbs for those who might be watching. And it's not just the digital world. Out there in the physical world, it seems there's always a camera, a sensor, some kind of electronic eye that's picking up our presence. But why should you care? After all, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear, right? Well, it's not quite as simple as that. Privacy isn't just about hiding wrongdoings. It's about maintaining control over your personal information. It's about the right to a personal life, free from the prying eyes of the world. However, privacy in today's interconnected society is more elusive than ever. Our smartphones, computers, even our cars are constantly collecting and transmitting data about us. This information can be used to influence our decisions, manipulate our emotions, and even predict our future actions. And it's not just corporations that are interested in our data. Governments worldwide are increasingly turning to surveillance to monitor their citizens. In the name of security, our rights to privacy are being eroded, our lives laid bare for all to see, but all is not lost. There are ways to fight back, to reclaim our privacy, to stay invisible in this world of constant surveillance. It's not about disappearing completely, but about making the right choices, taking the necessary precautions to ensure your personal information remains just that, personal. You might be thinking, this sounds complicated, maybe even impossible, but it's not. In fact, with a little knowledge and a few simple changes, you can significantly reduce your digital footprint and protect your privacy. So, are you ready? Ready to step out of the spotlight and into the shadows? To move through the world unseen, undetected, invisible? It's time to take back control. It's time to become invisible. Let's dive straight into our first set of strategies. Number 1. Use a virtual private network or VPN. A VPN is a valuable tool that masks your IP address and encrypts your internet connection. It's like cloaking your digital identity in a shroud of invisibility. When you surf the web, your VPN ensures that your activities are untraceable, keeping your online presence a secret. Moving on to strategy number 2, use cash. In a world where card transactions are the norm, paying with cash is an old-school method that still works. Each time you swipe your card, you leave behind an electronic trail. Cash transactions, on the other hand, are nearly impossible to trace, making them an excellent way to maintain your privacy. The third strategy is to avoid public Wi-Fi. These networks are often unsecured, making them a playground for hackers and trackers. Instead, opt for secure networks or use your VPN. This will protect your data, keeping it safe and secure from prying eyes. Next up is strategy number 4. Avoid toll roads. Toll booths are equipped with cameras and other tracking devices that can monitor vehicle movements. By using alternate routes, you can bypass these monitoring points, making your journey more stealthy and less likely to be tracked. Lastly, we have strategy number 5. Disable Bluetooth. Bluetooth technology can be exploited to track your movements and activities. By turning it off when not in use, you can prevent unwanted tracking and maintain your privacy. Remember, every little step towards privacy counts. Incorporating these strategies into your daily life might seem overwhelming at first, but with practice it will become second nature. Stay tuned for more strategies on how to keep your life private and avoid government surveillance. Moving on to our next set of strategies. Number 6. Be mindful of your conversations. Remember, walls have ears. Avoid discussing sensitive topics in public areas where your conversation can be overheard or even recorded. It's not just about people eavesdropping. With today's technology, hidden microphones and voice recognition software can easily pick up your words. Strategy 7. Disable location services. Many apps on your phone constantly track your location, even when you're not using them. This creates a digital trail that can be used to monitor your movements. So, unless it's necessary, turn off location services for apps that you're not actively using. The 8th strategy is an extension of strategy 2. Use cash for fuel. Paying with cash at gas stations limits the creation of electronic records. Every card transaction leaves a trail that can be traced back to you. So, next time you're filling up, consider paying with cash instead. Now, on to strategy 9. Use offline navigation apps. These work without the need for a constant internet connection, unlike most popular navigation apps. This means they don't leave a digital footprint that can be tracked. There are several reliable offline maps available that you can download and use. Our 10th strategy is a simple yet powerful one. Use private search engines. Google and other popular search engines track and store every single search you make. Instead, consider using search engines like DuckDuckGo or StartPage. These do not track your searches or store your search history, ensuring that your online activities remain private. Remember, privacy is a right, not a privilege. These strategies may seem daunting at first, but with a little practice, they can easily be incorporated into your daily routine. In our increasingly connected world, taking these steps can make all the difference in maintaining your privacy and staying off the grid. We're getting closer to becoming invisible. Let's look at the next set of strategies. Number 11, limit your social media sharing. Remember, every post, every location check-in, every tagged photo is an open book to those who may be watching. Be mindful of the personal details you're sharing, and remember, less is more when it comes to maintaining your privacy. Moving on to number 12, opt out of data collection. Websites and apps love to gather your data. It's how they personalize your experience, but also how they track you. So dive into those privacy settings, review them carefully, and opt out wherever you can. It's your data after all. Our 13th strategy is anonymous payments. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are a fantastic way to make transactions without leaving a paper trail. They might seem complex at first, but with a little bit of learning, you'll be making secure, anonymous payments in no time. Next up, number 14, limit your GPS use. It's handy to have a map in your pocket, but that convenience comes with a price, your location. Disable your GPS whenever you don't need it, and stay a step ahead of those trying to track your movements. Finally, strategy 15, limit cookies. These aren't the sweet treats we love, but the digital kind that websites use to track your online behavior. Adjust your browser settings to reject or limit cookies and keep your online activities to yourself. Remember, privacy isn't about having something to hide. It's about preserving your freedom in a world that's increasingly encroaching on personal boundaries. Your actions today will determine your privacy tomorrow. So take these steps, make them a habit, and let's keep moving towards a future where we control our privacy, not the other way around. Last but not least, let's discuss the final strategies. Number 16. Use privacy screen protectors. These are essential tools in the modern age where shoulder surfing is all too common. By limiting the viewing angle of your screen, you can ensure that your sensitive information remains visible only to you. Moving on to strategy number 17. Avoid loyalty cards. It's easy to be enticed by the discounts and rewards, but remember, these cards often track your purchasing habits. This data can paint a detailed picture of your lifestyle, which is valuable information for those who may be watching. Opt for cash transactions whenever possible to keep your purchases anonymous. Finally, strategy number 18. Use disposable email addresses. This is especially useful when signing up for public services or one-time events. It prevents your primary email from being linked to these activities, thereby reducing the risk of being tracked. Now let's take a moment to recap. From using a VPN to mask your IP address, to disabling location services, to opting for cash transactions, we've discussed a total of 18 strategies to help you stay off the grid. Each of these tactics plays a crucial role in maintaining your privacy and evading unwanted surveillance. Remember, it's not just about disconnecting from technology, but also about being mindful of your actions and choices in the physical world. Every conversation, every transaction, every move you make can leave a trail. The key is to minimize these traces as much as possible. In this digital age, the fight for privacy is more important than ever. The strategies we've discussed today are not exhaustive, but they provide a solid foundation for you to start from. Remember, the fight for privacy starts with you. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and most importantly, stay invisible. I'll catch you on the next one.